control, shoveling dirt in every hole. Predators to condemn your soul, watching you and watching me. We're all connected but separated, misunderstood and so frustrated. A million armies of one have invaded, watching you and watching me. We live behind glass curtains and act like nothing's wrong. Soon you will belong. I know you're out there somewhere. We've watched you for so long. We wait for you to fall. We'll expose you all. I know you're out there somewhere watching me. The little brother wants to make headlines, be immortalized. Everyone's got an electric eye with the digital spies. They've watched you for so long. I know you're out there somewhere watching me. We the people have taken over. We the people are little brother, standing by to dethrone each other, watching you and watching me. Paranoid, the lens is our weapon, desensitized in our lust for attention, democratized by our voyeur obsessions, watching you and watching me. Slaves to perfection, don't let them project you as you are. Reveal your every flaw. I know you're out there somewhere. We've watched you for so long. We wait for you to fall. We'll expose you all. I know you're out there somewhere watching me. Little brother wants to make headlines, be immortalized. Everyone's got an electric eye with the digital spies. They've watched you for so long. I know you're out there somewhere watching me. I know you're out there somewhere. This is the new totalitarian state. 1,000 eyes are waiting for you to break. Stay in line, don't make a mistake. We're watching. We watched you for so long. We wait for you to fall. We will expose you all. I know you're out there somewhere watching me.
let your experience begin right now. From high atop the mountains of British Columbia to you listening around the world, this is Spaced Out Radio. You can follow us on our website, spacedoutradio.com, on Twitter, @SpacedOutRadio. Give our Facebook page a like, Spaced Out Radio Show. You can follow us on Instagram, Dave Scott, SOR, or on our YouTube channel, Spaced Out Radio Show.
Superman, that we're the only ones who can be strong, but we break on command, 'cause women rule the world.
Buckle up, space travelers. It's time to go for a ride as we are live on Spaced Out Radio.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Said the deeper I go, the deeper I fall.
Good evening and welcome to Space Out Radio. Tonight I am your host, Dave Scott. Thank you for listening in at spacedoutradio.com, on Spreaker, our new affiliate, the United Public Talk Radio Network, the High Plains Talk Radio Network, and on Revolution Radio. We welcome you to tonight's show as we broadcast out of Uncle Jimbo's cabin right here in the Great White North. Literally, it was white today. Live on this Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning if you're on the East Coast. Here at Space Out Radio, we broadcast every night of the week as we want to be your official one-stop shop when it comes to the supernatural, the paranormal, the cryptozoological, and so much more. If you like our theme music, you can thank the guitar god himself, Ron Bumblefoot THAL, formerly of Guns N' Roses. Bumblefoot is the man behind our music and the official sound of SOR. You can follow me on Twitter at Spaced Out Radio. Give our Facebook page a like, Spaced Out Radio Show. On Instagram, I can be followed at Dave Scott, SOR. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spaced Out Radio Show. Find us on TuneIn. Download our shows from iTunes. And our website is spacedoutradio.com. At this time, I'd like to say hi. How are you? To everyone taking part in the Revolution Radio chat room, in the Spaced Out Radio chat room on Spreaker, along with our fans on Facebook at Euphoria Chronicles, Chronicles of the Unknown, Forest Moon Paranormal, and our flagship chat room, the SOR Space Travelers. If you haven't signed up for the SOR Space Travelers Club yet, well, I'm going to tell you right now, it is time. Be like Mary. Sign up for it today. It's only $5 a month, and with that, your name gets entered into monthly prize draws. You get access to private group interviews, access to a special section on our website, and so much more. Hey, we're going to give you a hell of a lot more than just access to our archives. While on our website, you can read up on my latest blog. Check out Eric Markham's SOR Space Wire for your latest and weird news. We also have a new feature, the SOR Sightlines Report. It's right there for you. If you've had an experience and you want it investigated by our researcher, Mike Schmidt, just fill out a Sightlines Report and we'll get back to you ASAP. All information is 100% confidential. We want to thank our brand new affiliate as of last week, the United Public Radio Network on 107.7 FM in New Orleans, and their listeners from over 160 countries around the world. Thank you for bringing us into your family at night here in North America. And remember, if you're listening in on Revolution Radio, it is the largest non-profit online radio station going. Do us a favor, visit freedomslips.com and donate today. There's something going on up in the skies, and for some reason, no one but a select few, like Paul Hellyer or even John Podesta, want to know exactly what the hell is going on and tell the public about it. Many people like Podesta and Hellyer believe the public has a right to know, and the government should disclose what they have researched on the subject. It's really one of those tedious topics that gets to our guests, among others, author Bill Grabowski, is a little fired up. Bill, like the rest of us who've seen UFOs or have had some sort of communication with whatever is on the craft, just wants to know what's going on. Sure, we have study and research groups like NASA, MUFON, SETI, but if literally hundreds of thousands of people, think about that for a second, hundreds of thousands of people are eyewitnessing these flying craft, why have these groups not been able to find intelligent life in the stars above? Sure, we can get conspiratorial and say it's all a government cover-up, but how much longer can the people be played for fools? Maybe it's these groups we, as the public, should be putting more pressure on rather than the government. Is it their job to find out what's going on? Or to try and debunk the experiencer? We bring in William Grabowski to Space Out Radio tonight. It's good to have you back on the show, Bill. Always a pleasure to chat UFOs and cover-ups with you, my friend. How you been?
I've been pretty well, very busy. Of course, political events in the U.S. have been, excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold here, have been, they came to a boil. Things happened the way they happened. But I'm hanging in there because, for one thing, no one's taken out either myself or you since our previous, when was that, July 7th, the last time we had a powwow. We're doing well. But, yeah, all things considered, as they say, not doing too bad. And glad to be back on with you.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time for me and our audience here. Really, really always appreciative when you come on board with us. Now, Bill, what have you been working on lately? I know you're always writing something.
Yeah, I'm as a full-time writer, about over half of what I do is editing and ghostwriting for other people, some of whose names will probably surprise you. One day that will probably come out, probably after I've met my demise. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just signed with a UK publisher called Maxatech Media. They're in Birmingham, England, to ghostwrite a 3-book series about an EMP attack, which burns out the American electrical grid. Probably almost everyone listening at this moment knows what an electromagnetic pulse does. It's basically, I won't go on about it very long here. In a nutshell, it's the detonation of one or more nuclear warheads in the upper atmosphere, which generates a pulse wave. And anything on the ground that is unshielded is immediately burned out, meaning electrical devices of all kinds, with the exception, let's say you have like a 1980 Oldsmobile Delta, your car will still run as long as the gas holds out. But anything else, like all digital devices, your appliances, basically we would be bombed back into the 19th century, with the only added benefit being that an EMP attack doesn't affect buildings, people, any infrastructure. But the chaos that would come after that, when the food ran out, because you wouldn't be able to refrigerate it, it's a pretty scary scenario. And when I was invited to work on this project, I had a few trepidations, and then I thought, well, I'm ghostwriting it, and it's a subject that I might not take the time to explore in my own novels with my actual name on them. So let's go for it, and that's what's going on.
What's it like being a ghostwriter compared to having your name on your work?
Benefits and hazards. I'll explain that my biggest regret, it's kind of wised me up how to deal with this in the future. I ghost wrote I'm looking at it right now. Unfortunately, you can't. I ghost wrote a book in a series. It's basically a true crime book about serial killers. It's a series written by, I can't use his name, but if you go on Amazon and look up true crime serial killers, you will see a certain guy's name there, and I wrote a book last year for him. And I thought, well, see, at the time, my wife had been diagnosed with breast cancer. Things got really, really dark real fast, so I had to get money quick. So I accepted the job, And I thought, probably this book won't sell very well, but it will be good, very much needed income, for medical bills. And the book went to #1 on Amazon. And I just happened to be checking it out one day. I'm like, it'll probably be number 1,500,000. And I looked at it, and it was at #1. And I thought, oh, my God, because as a ghostwriter, you don't get royalties. Unless you work that out with your client. But it's extremely rare because they're hiring you because they can't write pretty much, or they're just not good enough at it. And, of course, they want their name on the cover, and they get all the profits. So that was a regret because I'm proud of that book, and I would want my name on it, but that didn't work out. Now in this situation with these stories about the EMP attack, the one thing I haven't told you is that the main character, the protagonist, is an FBI agent who is infiltrating a white supremacist group in Virginia, actually not too far from where I live, and that gets a little shady because I will be covering, white supremacists, skinheads, Aryan Nation, mingled with this apocalyptic scenario. And I think that if I published that under my own name, I don't know, I could run into some problems. I already get enough hostile emails and some nonsense on the phone once in a while, and I thought this probably will be beneficial to me. And I don't think I spoiled too much by saying what the story is, because it's a series. They're being written under what's known as a house name. A house name is basically like a DJ in a club. He can call himself anything he wants, and various people come in, and there are about 5 other writers in this series. So tracking me down will be difficult. But anyhow, I hope that wasn't too much of a persnickety response, but that's what's going on with the ghostwriting. So it's usually it depends on the setup, and with this series, the compensation as well, and I need that because we have mucho medical bills, and also I just have to make a living, and this funds the time I spend on my own novels and writing essays and things of that nature. And I'm also a contributing editor with Library Journal in New York City these days.
Very sorry to hear about your wife. My mother is a survivor, and so I am very, very hopeful that... Yeah. I'm very familiar. So I'm very hopeful that maybe we can get things straightened out here with your wife. And no offense, that's why I love living in Canada. I hate to hear the sound of bills piling up because of sickness.
Yeah,
that
it's
just
totally unnecessary.
drives me nuts.
I mean, I have relatives in England. In fact, my mother was born in Cornwall, England. She's no longer around, but what I'm saying is the system they have over there, system you have in Canada, it's like the U.S., claiming, we claim we're so great, right? But if we were, wouldn't we care about our population a little more? Health insurance being one of the leading